Welcome to the San Francisco Board of Supervisors meeting of Tuesday, January the 28th, 2014. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll? Colleagues, when are we going to now go to general public comment?
Hello. Hi, thank you for taking public comment. My name is Elizabeth Creeley. Supervisor Campos, I'm here today in support of your move to limit false advertising on Market Street. As most of you know, this past month we've seen the now regular skirmishing between pro-choice, pro-reproductive rights, and the anti-choice community in San Francisco, and it was particularly wrenching this year to see banners on Market Street proclaiming simply that abortions hurt women. Initially, when I found out about the banners, I thought, well, this is a First Amendment issue. Unpopular speech is still protected. But I've since rethought my position. I participate in the Trust Women Silver Ribbon campaign, and I agree with their analysis that stating that a medical procedure is hurtful or damaging is wrong. There has never been any evidence, as you all know, that abortion hurts women. There is plenty of evidence that a lack of medical care is what hurts women. Unsupported pregnancy hurts women. Preeclampsia hurts women. There are all sorts of physical maladies that hurt women, and they all take place in an atmosphere in which medical attention is neither guaranteed nor accessible. Abortion does not hurt women, and those who state it do are engaging in falsehood. I do not believe that this is protected First Amendment speech any longer. I urge the board to rethink the permission granted to those parties. Let's not go through this next year. Let's instead make sure in January that we distribute information that is accurate and helpful and speaks broadly to what women need to conduct and guarantee and safeguard their reproductive health. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Thank you, Supervisors. I'm Ellen Schaefer, the Director of the Trust Women Silver Ribbon campaign. I want to thank you for the resolution on opposing the anti-abortion banners. Supervisors, we don't need to debate in this room whether or not abortion hurts women. We know it doesn't. We know the difference between a woman and a zygote. Apparently, Congress does not. Today, they voted to pass H.R. 7, which would strip abortion coverage out of all private insurance. This debate is both about what it's about, which is reproductive justice and women's rights, and also about the ability of forces with an entirely different political and economic agenda to tie up our political system so that virtually nothing is accomplished. Here in San Francisco, we're trying to figure out how to deal with the particular ways in which this agenda has been thrust upon us, including an annual march by intruders who don't represent San Francisco's views or values, the posting of misleading information, and figuring out how we do represent our own values and views in public. I think this is a great opportunity for San Francisco to take leadership. It's the right place for this to happen. We can handle the truth. This board has been enormously progressive and creative on issues like abortion clinic buffer zones and taking on issues about misleading ads about crisis pregnancy centers. We have the leadership and the creativity, and we have the people of San Francisco who do and will support leadership on issues of women's health. To the extent that there have been problems related to the implementation of our rules by the Department of Public Works, I want to suggest that our rules also need to improve. Again, this board has the wherewithal. You have the support of the people of San Francisco. We write the rules need to come up to our current conditions. Please protect women's health. San Francisco will support you, and thank you for your efforts so far. And you have petitions updating the ones I brought a couple of weeks ago. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Travers. I'm a resident. I was a happy, contented resident of San Francisco. And I got on Muni. Good news was on time, and I got a seat. And I got off the stop in Powell, and I'm walking up the steps looking at the beautiful sycamore trees at the top. And lo and behold, I see this thing behind the trees that said, "Abortion hurts women." Well, it's a good thing I'm fit because I would have had a heart attack otherwise. and I called Scott Wiener, and he basically turned me on to the Department of Public Works people, and they said that they used a content-neutral strategy. Well, I can't think of 5 issues that are more not neutral than abortion in the United States of America right now. It's hugely not neutral. And so, I support this resolution. I'm very thankful that you did it. And I like the 3 parts of it: to abolish the signs, to number 2, take the money and try to retrain all the hundreds of thousands of people that have seen this misinformation. And number 3, I would like to know, in our city, as you know, the average salary is about $92,000. Who at the DPW thought that this was okay to put up? I mean, give me a break. The process that they used to come up with these flyers on streetlights that I thought till today were tax supported, and this is just egregious. And so I thank you for this resolution from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you all will support it. Thank you.
Next speaker.
Good afternoon, Supervisors. Thank you for hearing our testimony. I'm here to support item 25 regarding the anti-abortion banners on Market Street, and I speak as a former registered nurse. First of all, I want to thank you very much, all of you who sponsored this resolution. It's very important. I just want to reiterate the concerns that I voiced at the last Board of Supervisors meeting, mainly as some of the other speakers have said, this is not a First Amendment issue. This is not a content-neutral issue because it flies in the face of stated public policy and public health and reproductive health initiatives in the city of San Francisco, if not the state of California. The wrongful message, abortion hurts women, is a false message, and its placement on Market Street gives the false imprimatur of the city's approval. That means your approval and my approval. And I don't think any of us want to be linked with a statement that is not only so false, but is so absolutely anti-scientific and anti-medical health. I would have hoped that the action on this would have been more immediate and decisive. I really cringe every time I see those banners on Market Street. These banners should never have seen the light of day.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good afternoon, President Chu, members of the board. Joe Brenner, thank you for standing up for reproductive health, rights, and justice, and for your support today for the resolution and board agenda item number 35. I'll read an excerpt from a joint statement from Dr. Harvey Cohen, Stanford pediatrics professor, Peter Coyote, actor and writer, father to a grown daughter, grandfather to her young girl, political activist and ordained Zen priest, and Steve Heilig, healthcare ethicist, and Stephen Keese, realtor in Palo Alto. All are members of Men Who Trust Women. As men who trust women to make their own medical decisions with their doctors, we are disturbed that banners falsely claiming that abortion hurts women are hanging from the city's lampposts on Market Street in San Francisco. This message is damaging and hurtful to women and men alike, and the city of San Francisco never should have sanctioned it, particularly across San Francisco's main thoroughfare. Abortion is safe. Abortion and access to legal abortion services is essential. Access to legal and affordable family planning, healthcare services, including abortion, has been critical for expanding economic, educational, and professional success and emotional satisfaction for women, the men and children in their lives, and for communities as a whole. Denied abortion care can perpetuate poverty. San Francisco must preach what the city practices. Public pronouncements matter. By approving these banners for prominent display on public property on Market Street, the city has contributed to undermining women's personal and private medical decisions and undermining public health. We call on San Francisco's elected leaders to take a stand against this statement that lies about public health, to pass the resolution before you today, and to take remedial steps to ensure that such inaccurate and harmful messages are never broadcast again. I have copies of the statement. Thank you for your action today.
Next speaker.
My name is Henny Kelly, and I'm here to speak about item number 35. You know something? The truth is that abortion did hurt women. The truth is, as I was growing up as a young girl, I lost one of my best friends. She was raped. She had nowhere to turn. Her parents wouldn't help her. Nobody did. She went and got an illegal abortion and died from the infection. I became a teacher. I had a student who was raped and got pregnant. She didn't know where to turn. She went to Planned Parenthood. She got an abortion. She was saved. She wasn't hurt. She went to college. She played basketball. She became a basketball coach. Now she's a social worker working with young women. She was saved by that abortion. I agree with this resolution. I hope that you will pass it.
Hi, my name's Justine Marcus, and I'm an organizer with Word, a grassroots feminist organization, and I'm here to talk about item 35. I came here mostly just for solidarity, and I didn't intend on speaking, but wanted to drive home one point that I don't think has been brought up yet, which is that the misinformation that these banners display on Market Street doesn't equally affect everybody, and that groups, largely low-income and women of color, who are disproportionately affected in terms of access to medical education, in terms of domestic violence, rape, abuse, and also who still have escalating rates of teen pregnancy, are especially vulnerable to this kind of public health misinformation. On another note, I would like to say that I've been in the overflow room for a couple hours with a lot of dreamers who had to go to work, so they were here. Thank you.
Motions are approved. Item 35.
Item 35 is a resolution opposing the anti-abortion banners on Market Street, urging the dedication of banner proceeds to the Department of Public Health for a campaign advancing accurate and scientifically verifiable education about women's reproductive health.
Supervisor Campos.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the speakers who came out in support of this item. And I think it really is important for us to send a very clear message about how we in San Francisco do trust women and we respect their right to decide for themselves what to do with their bodies. I think the points have been made that this is not about free speech, that this is about misinformation that has been put out by these fringe groups that have no backing for the claim that somehow abortion hurts women. I think that the medical evidence and the scientific evidence on this point is very clear. And I do think that we need to carefully look at the policies and procedures that got us to this point. I think that we need to revisit those procedures to make sure that there isn't misinformation that is put out. And I especially was touched by one of the comments that one of the women made, which is that these kinds of tactics are especially negative when it comes to the disproportionate impact on poor women. And I have seen that myself because of the work that we have done with Planned Parenthood in my district, where you have these anti-choice extremists that have come out to target poor, working-class, middle-income women as they're trying to access reproductive rights. I also hope that the city, in response to what happened, is proactive in not only using whatever proceeds are coming in to educate women, but also proactive in putting out the correct information about the safety of abortion as a procedure. And I think that if we allow these groups to put up this kind of misinformation, that we should also have our own information presented, and that we make it clear by posting similar banners that clearly say that we trust women. I think that would be something that would move us in the right direction. And again, I want to thank the women and all the people that have come out to support this resolution. I think that what is happening is really sad, and it certainly does not reflect the values of San Francisco.
Thank you, Supervisor Campos.